Welcome to Work It, a show about work. This is a work of satire containing mature themes. Pour le service en français, appuyez sur le 1. For writer and performer Sam Alamang, please press 2. For writer and performer Janet Mowat, please press 3. For a measured and insightful discussion of this option is unavailable. For a comedic take on firing, which, as our sketches will show, is no laughing matter, please stay on the line.
Welcome to Work at 18, where today's topic is firing. Speaking of 18, this show is barely legal, and with jokes like that, you can see why. To the topic at hand, you know they say Prometheus stole fire from the gods, and then a bird ate his liver, and that's how firing was invented. As is so often the case when things go wrong, blame Prometheus. So fire up your, laugh, engine, 'cause here comes, oh, forget it.
Eric?
Yeah?
I'm afraid it's time.
Oh no.
Cigarette?
Oh, sure.
Sorry, you can't smoke here.
Well, what would you do, fire me?
That's not really something to joke about. Okay, here's the courtyard. Put this blindfold on, please.
Oh jeez,
Stand against the wall, there you go.
this can't be happening.
The squad's here, Eric. Last words?
You don't have to do this. I've learned my lesson. I'll change.
Noted. Okay, Captain, go ahead.
Squad, ready?
Oh no.
Aim!
Please.
You're fired!
Rats.
Eric, hand me your keys and your fob, please. Thanks, firing squad.
Our pleasure, ma'am.
Coming soon from the minds that brought you Work It with the help of an internet soundboard.
Hasta la vista, baby.
He was sent here with a mission.
So head office sent you to help me clean things up here, eh?
Affirmative.
My team just isn't performing. Are you prepared to make some tough decisions?
Of course, I'm a Terminator.
Excellent.
Excellent.
His targets are many.
You gonna do any work today, Hal? Or just play solitaire all day?
You're one to talk, Courtney. You're like glued to your Instagram.
Hal, Courtney, my office, please.
Can't you see we're busy?
I insist.
Fine.
Some jobs require the cold heart of a machine.
Take a seat.
Who's this clown?
I'm a Terminator.
Oh, yeah? What do you do, Mr. Terminator?
Fire at will.
Courtney, Hal, we've had to make some difficult decisions.
You are terminated.
Whatever, this place would fall apart without me.
I'm afraid it's true, Hal. Please collect your things.
Get out. Now, asshole.
You can't fire me, I quit.
You cannot self-terminate.
I'm gonna get a lawyer and file a complaint with HR. You'll be sorry.
Chill out, what?
Please, no. I'll do my work.
Why do you cry?
I don't have any savings. I spend all my money on cocktails and tanning and celebrity magazines.
I know now why you cry.
Have a heart. I beg you.
Now listen to me very carefully.
Okay, I'm listening.
Talk to the hand.
Jeez, Terminator. Bit harsh.
Excellent.
What will he do after terminating all his targets?
Well, Terminator, we cleared out some dead weight. Great work.
I need a vacation.
We could grab a drink at that Wings place where the frat boys hang out.
I swear I will not kill anyone.
Go ahead. They're frat boys.
Excellent.
Coming soon. Say, a week, week and a half. Or tell you what, when do you want to see it? Here, I'll send out a doodle link.
If you've been following our tips and insights these past few months, by now you're probably a high-ranking, top-tier, businessy boss person.
And this kind of success offers its own challenges. For example, businessy boss people sometimes have to fire subordinates.
Now, this is something Sam and I happen to be very experienced at.
One of us is always trying to fire the other over whatever petty dispute we're having that day.
Calling me petty, are you?
Yeah, and dumb.
Why, Yoda? You're fired!
Good, I hate this stupid show anyway.
See? We do this stuff all the time.
It's basically how we say hello.
So we thought it would be helpful for you, our hapless hangers-on, if we could walk you through the awkward process of firing your inferiors.
With our wide-ranging expertise, we've come up with scripts for every conceivable situation. We've left names blank, so just fill those in and you're good to go.
Ready, everyone?
Ready!
Didn't I fire you?
Shut up, Janet.
How to fire a lazy person.
Ah, come on in. Insert name here. Yes, all the way through the door, please. Almost there. Okay, fine, you can just lie down in the doorway. Insert name here. I'm sorry to tell you we won't be keeping you on the team anymore. Hey, wake up! You're fired! Okay, fine, don't get up. I'll just roll you down the hall here.
How to fire someone who has badmouthed you. Ah, hello. Insert name here. How nice to see you. Now, I know we've had our differences in the past. It's a real shame things had to be like that. What's that? Yes, I'm looking forward to patching things up too. Maybe we can grab a drink. My treat, since you won't have any money because you're fired. You hear me, loser? You dweeb? I'm better than you after all. And now you don't have a job. What? No, I won't still get you a drink. I just said that for dramatic effect. Ah, fine. Thursday? How to fire a sexual harasser.
Yes, hi. Insert name here. Come on in. These are my associates Mark Muscles Maloney and Alphonse Ass Kicker Durand. They'd like a quick word with you. Later.
These sure are helpful, aren't they?
And ethical.
Stay tuned for more of our amazing scripts later in the show.
A lot of people are calling for our heads after some old social media posts of ours came to light.
We unequivocally apologize. Please don't get us fired.
We take it all back.
I deeply regret my tweets about the outward appearance of French film directors. No matter how accurate, I now see that my remarks were cruel and arguably close to hate speech. My vivid description of their bodies was not only uncalled for, I'm told it was, in several cases, vomit-inducing. I myself am far from perfect. Stop contacting our employer, please.
I also wish to apologize to the world's major religions for a song I have since removed from SoundCloud. Though it was written in a spirit of fun and simply asking questions, I now realize it is responsible for instigating several minor holy wars. That was not my intent. Please don't get us fired.
When I tweeted those things about the Girl Scouts, again, I tweeted from a position of ignorance. I now understand that they do not now, nor have they ever engaged in the ritual sacrifice of senior citizens. I hereby retract all my remarks concerning the things Girl Scouts get up to in the woods. I have no evidence to back up my claims and regret my statements to the contrary. I am the victim of bad information. Stop adding our employer, please.
Once again, we apologize if we caused any offense with any of our social media posts. Please stop bringing it to the attention of our employers. No matter how much of a you may be, please accept our apology. And don't get us fired.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to our channel. I'm Derek.
And I'm Brittany, your favorite hashtag girl boss.
And hashtag guy boss.
Tons of you have been requesting inspiration for layoff season.
And you'll be glad to hear that Schadenfreude is still in. Now, last year was all about texting.
And we still love it. Firing someone over text is so mean.
Some people think the fire symbol just means they're super lit.
When they're actually super fired. I like to use a guillotine.
There's a guillotine emoji.
Emoji?
Want to be an even more cold-hearted bastard? Our top 6 creative firings will take your layoffs to the next level.
Number 6, scavenger hunt.
This is so cute and so fun. Hide stuff around the office and promise a big surprise for the winner.
Surprise! As if the scavenger hunt wasn't demeaning enough, now you're fired.
Number 5 on our list is bobbing for jobs.
It's like bobbing for apples, but one of them is a layoff apple. You can tell because it's poisoned.
The employee might survive the resulting illness, but their job sure won't.
Our number 4 creative way to fire someone is musical chairs.
Provide enough chairs for everyone so that they're lulled into a false sense of security.
Then have a trick chair eject someone straight out the window.
And into a vat of lava.
Number 3, try hot potato.
But instead of a potato, they uncover a stick of dynamite.
Talk about blasting onto the unemployment scene.
Our number 2 favorite way to fire someone is with a piñata.
Be careful with the sticks, though.
Nothing ruins a good layoff like an armed insurrection.
We wanted our number 1 tip to stay with the theme of fun kids games gone awry.
But we ran out of ideas, so we'll just go with cage match.
Check out our vlog from last week when we held a massive all-staff battle royale.
It cost a bundle to clean up all that gore.
But now we have 6 fewer salaries to pay.
Well, that's it for this video, guys.
Come back tomorrow to see our trip to the H&M factory.
We learned a ton about sweatshops.
Hashtag inspiration. Love you guys.
You can't fire me, I quit.
You can't dock my pay. I'm penniless.
You can't murder me, I'm a ghost.
You can't trick me. I stupid.
You can't insult me, I'm ugly. This week on Celebrity Apprentice.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
Spencer Pratt and G.I. Joe's restaurant is off to a rocky start. Leona Helmsley's an awful chef, and their waiter is this guy.
10 chocolate layer cakes.
G.I. Joe calls in help from an unlikely source.
Hi, my name is Teddy Ruxpin.
Garçon, there's a hair in my soup. Well, Bear, what do you have to say about it?
Thursdays at 8 on the Widget Network. Euphemisms for fired.
Let go.
Made redundant.
Made redundant.
Dismissed.
Dismistered.
Degroceриed.
Bottom of the food chain.
Undergone a jobectomy.
Unmoneyed.
Mr. Noodled.
Limboing under the poverty line.
Classic scorpion fatality.
Released.
Discharged.
Prematurely ejaculated.
Okay, we're done here. Well, Janet, I guess we've been keeping our listeners waiting long enough.
You're right, Sam. It's time we shared the rest of our super helpful scripts for firing your inferiors.
Covering every conceivable scenario.
We've been extremely thorough. Just fill in the names and we take care of the rest. How to fire a henchman. Yes, hello. Insert sinister names such as Azazel or Diabolos. Do come in. Watch out for the disembodied head there. Yes, it's a work in progress. Insert sinister name. I'm afraid you're fired. You've been most loyal and remarkably enthusiastic about retrieving corpses. Insert sinister name. The thing is, you're just not grotesque enough. I'd rather fancied, based on your evil name, that you would embody the classic traits of a henchman. Instead, every day I must confront this radiant Adonis. It's extremely off-putting. Yes, that's the spirit. Perhaps you would be a good fit at the city morgue. I'll give you a glowing reference, rest assured. How to fire a pachyderm.
Okay, insert elephant name. Hold still, there's a good girl. I need to talk to you. Elephant. There's no easy way to say this. You're fired. For trampling those guests, yes. Now, elephant, don't be like this. I know you're thick-skinned.
How to fire the President of the United States. Hey, you know who sure as shit needs to figure that out? The Democrats. Thank you. Thank you. Regrettably, since our last apology, we made some additional comments on social media that have upset many of our followers.
We want to take this opportunity to apologize again, as well as to say, please stop trying to get us fired. Please?
Contrary to remarks I made, I have the utmost respect for soccer moms all across this great nation. The particular insects that I compared them to are, in fact, industrious, loyal, and powerful, but I now realize that my tweets were open to misinterpretation. In the future, I will refrain from using such ambiguous similes. Don't get us fired.
The tweets in which I described Stanley Tucci as a hygienic product for women were 100% intended as a compliment. He's actually a very clean character actor, if not the cleanest. I've since learned that he is free of the numerous diseases I alleged he was host to, including, but not limited to, 3 types of plague. What can I say other than I'm no doctor, and I apologize for any misrepresentation of this fact. Can we keep our job now?
Italians! I offer my sincere apology. You don't sound like that, nor do I think your nonnas are capable of the things I accused them of in a deeply problematic series of tweets. I will be visiting Abruzzo to perform community service in the coming months. I know it doesn't make up for the illustrations I posted, but I hope it's a start. Don't get us fired.
Some of my best friends are Olympic decathletes, which is why it pains me that my comments on the decathlon were so widely misunderstood. The things I'm accused of saying about decathletes I would not use of my worst enemy, but I can see how, out of context, they would appear to be unforgivable. Please take them in the spirit they were intended, and not as the filth that a bad faith reading might suggest. Please?
From the bottom of our hearts, we did not mean to cause any offense. We are people who practice what we preach and try to treat every person with love and kindness, even if they're a to us. And so, again, please accept our apologies.
But don't get us fired.
You wanted to see me, Pythian Oracle?
Ah, Hercules, there you are. I just wanted to go over your annual performance review.
Okay, sure.
Where's that file? Here it is. Oh dear.
What's the matter?
Hercules, I'm afraid the gods have been pretty unhappy with your performance of late.
Is this about that thing with killing my family?
We expected more from a demigod, Hercules.
Come on, that wasn't my fault. Hera drove me mad. She's got it out for me.
Shifting blame to Hera now, are we? Very disappointing.
Am I fired?
Well, legally we can't fire you without a warning.
So
this is your warning. We're placing you on a performance improvement plan, or PIP for short, starting now.
aren't those just a convenient excuse for you to fire me?
Oh, nonsense. We have every confidence that you'll meet all the expectations of this perfectly normal PIP.
Well, what do I have to do?
You need to complete 10 impossible tasks.
Oh, come on.
If you prefer to resign...
Okay, fine, I'll do it.
Great. Shouldn't take you more than a decade.
Wait, how long?
Okay, off you go.
I got a bad feeling about this.
And so
Take
the
that.
mighty Hercules completed his impossible tasks.
Bah.
Year after year, the great hero faced challenges that would
Uh-huh.
make the strongest mortal tremble. Slaying the Nemean
Come
lion,
at me, bro.
capturing the Erymanthian boar,
Down.
stealing the mares of Diomedes,
Come at
taking
you.
the Amazon Hippolyta's girdle. Ooh! Until at last, 10 years later,
I did it.
Hercules, you're back. Just in time for your performance review. Please sit down.
Okay,
Well, how was that? Did you learn a valuable lesson?
just tell me if I passed.
Of course. Let's see here. Aha! Oh dear. Oh, no.
What?
Well, I see here that your nephew helped you slay the Hydra.
What's wrong with that?
You know, we were hoping you'd do all this yourself.
Come on, it's just one labor. I did the other 9 on my own.
Well, there's the Aegean stables, too.
I cleaned a whole bunch of cow dung. How is that bad?
Says here the river cleaned the stables.
But I'm the one who diverted the river.
Hercules, I'm sorry. You failed to live up to the improvement plan's requirements. I'm afraid we're letting you go.
But what about my 2 more labors? We all know the myth. I'm supposed to do 2 more labors and then become a god.
Yeah, well, thanks to this pip, I'm not obligated to give you any more chances. Here says hi. Sayonara!
You can't fire me. I quit.
You can't peer pressure me. I'm drunk.
You can't flatter me, big boy. I'm vivaciously sexy.
You can't embarrass me. I'm a human fart machine.
You can't marry my wife. I'm Odysseus. This week on Celebrity Apprentice.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
If anyone can run a pop-up art gallery, it's Franz Kafka and Lamb Chop. But will the public embrace the work of their featured artists? Queen Victoria, Frank Zappa, and R2-D2.
You call this art? Well, I never.
Be seeing you.
Thursdays at 8 on the Widget Network.
You wanted to see me, Greg?
Yeah, come on in, Lisa.
I've got some great ideas for the Robbins portfolio, by the way. Check this out. I've done some research and...
Listen, that's great, but can you just hang on to it?
Okay, sure. How come?
Lisa, I'm sorry to say we're letting you go.
I'm fired?
Yep.
Denial. Nope.
What?
Nope, I'm not fired. I still have my job. This is fine.
Lisa, I don't have time for games here. You need to pack up your stuff.
La 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 la. I can't hear you. I'm too busy being employed and getting paid and
Lisa!
feeling good about myself. La 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 la.
Lisa?
Anger.
Hi, security. I was just firing an employee and... Oh, hold on, she's back.
Listen, asshole! I've worked my butt off for this worthless company full of ingrates and fools, and I'm not going without a tantrum! Ah!
Jeez, Lisa, you're making a scene.
I'm so
Hey, security here. Did you phone down earlier? Yeah, she's right here.
You won't take me without a fight! Bargaining.
Hello, welcome to Hamilton Police Department. I'll be processing your arrest.
I can't go to jail! Isn't there someone I could talk to?
Aren't you in luck? You're talking to me. Name?
Lisa Clark. Listen, I've got all the dirt
Reason
on...
for arrest?
I threw my boss's chair out the window and punched a security guard. I'm telling you, I've got all the receipts on...
Punched security.
Just let me off easy. I'll help you blow this thing wide open.
Someone will take you to your cell shortly.
I'll give you $100?
Bribing police officer.
Oh, come on. $200? Depression. Acceptance. Wait, what? I said acceptance. I can't hear you. What? Are you trying to tunnel out of prison? Huh? Acceptance, for the love of God. The next stage is acceptance. Hey, listen, cover this hole with a poster or something, will you? Buy me some time. Thanks, bye.
You can't fire me. I quit.
You can't sicken me. I'm barfing.
You can't seduce me. I'm masturbating.
You can't humiliate us.
We're podcasters. This week on Celebrity Apprentice.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
It all comes down to this. Nurml's crowdfunding app is gaining traction, but CTO Trotsky wants to refactor. Will old Leon betray Nurml's trust to lead investors Bill Gates and Donkey Kong? Or will help come from an unlikely source?
Smart kids watch this show. Other kids change the channel.
I know we said unlikely source in the earlier scene, but as if these shows aren't, like, completely repetitive.
Smart kids watch this show. Other kids change the channel.
Look, the Walking Depends ad who hosted this crap is leader of the free world. And you're ragging on us for being a bit unimaginative? I mean, Jesus Christ. You know what? Whatever. Ingrates. Thursdays at 8 on the Widget Network.
Smart kids watch this show. Other kids change the channel.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming out to our monthly Global Solutions Inc. open mic. I'd like to welcome to the stage everyone's favorite project manager, Stacy.
Hi, guys. Thanks very much. Wow, big crowd. I'd like to dedicate this song to Jim, who's been with us for 7 years now. There he is by the bar. Hi, Jim. Well, you're always kinda late. You never get your work done. And you know I really hate how you embezzle funds. But every time I try to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I'll have to say you're fired in a song. Thanks, thank you. No hard feelings, Jim.
Ah, Janet, thank you for joining me.
Sam, please take a seat.
Janet, I have some difficult news for you.
Sam, I have some difficult news for you.
You're fired.
And you smell. Wait, what?
Janet, it's come to my attention that you've been selling CFMU's recording equipment on Kijiji.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Old turntables, $50 or best offer. Ignore the property of CFMU stickers as these are not stolen.
That That doesn't prove it was me.
Meet me in Kensington. I will be wearing plaid. My name is Janet. Do not tell Sam about this post.
Fine, so maybe I was lifting a little equipment here and there, but what's the big deal? We don't even use the turntables.
Janet, in lieu of sketches this week, I was going to debut my DJ Ultra Mega Mix.
So you don't have any material this week?
Nope. You're just lucky I routed my Walkman into the CFMU mainframe. Hit it! But that was just the start, wasn't it? What happened to the computers, Janet?
Oh, those had to go. Do you know how much filth is on the internet? Best to play it safe. This is a family-friendly radio show, after all.
Well, that's debatable, but now, when we came in to do the show today, the recording equipment was gone. This is really the last straw, Janet.
Oh, Sam, you're such a worrywart, spoil-sport, soiled shorts.
Come again?
I took precautions.
I'd hardly call tying 2 tin cans to a tape deck with string and hitting record precautions.
Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. There, see, it's recording just fine. And how about the audio quality?
Look, it's a marked improvement, fine. But that's not the point. You sold off the station's equipment on the black market, Janet. And for what?
Would you believe to give the proceeds to charity?
You know, I might, except for these flyers posted literally all around campus. You handed me one as I came in.
Oops.
Janet Fest 2, and I quote, is the keg party to end all keg parties. Bring your friends, bring your enemies. 100% free until CFMU runs out of shit to sell.
Is for team building?
Janet, you're fired.
Look, I admit that my conduct has been a little unprofessional, like 3% unprofessional, but that still doesn't change the fact that you two are fired.
Fire me? What for?
You haven't been pulling your weight around here, Sam.
Look, is this about the sketch we're doing right now? Because I promise it gets funny after this. Well, funnier. No less funny.
Samuel, do you really think I wouldn't learn that you were getting all your scenes written on Fiverr?
I deny this baseless accusation.
So I suppose you yourself have been writing these recent scenes in Urdu and Mandarin.
I, picked it up.
No, you didn't, Sam. You barely speak English, never mind a second language.
What bad thing you say at me. Very mean and very not nice.
So, out of curiosity, I hired a private investigator to find out what you're doing instead of writing your scenes. Tell me, Sam, exactly how much Red Dead Redemption 2 have you played?
Red Dead what Redemption?
Ah yes, my mistake. According to my notes, you insist on referring to it as Horsey Game.
Oh, Horsey Game? Oh sure, I've got loads of time for Horsey Game now that I'm getting all my scenes written on 5. Oops.
Go on.
Be fair, Janet, it's got everything. You can tool around the Old West on your horsey, or die of tuberculosis. Sounds fun, right?
You're fired, Sam.
Well, hang on, Janet. Why are we a fussin' and a feudin'?
You really need to lay off the Horsey Game. And it's because we're not getting the results we want in terms of listenership.
Janet, we're perfect. Think about it. Our material is hilarious, this scene is amazing and tight, we're literally the greatest comedy duo of all time. If we're not as successful as we'd like, I guarantee it's not our fault.
Well, if we're not the ones to fire, that means...
Of course.
Listeners, thank you for coming by the program today.
We're afraid we have some difficult news for you.
At least it's a Friday.
Unless you're listening to the podcast.
Oh, right. If you're listening to the podcast, hit pause until Friday.
Pausecast? Is that anything?
Listeners, we're really disappointed in your performance.
Pause Cats, and it's a podcast for cats.
No. Listeners, take a look at these analytics. You're supposed to be growing week over week. I mean, tell your friends about the show, go to the schoolyard and yell at strange children. Do something.
When we began toiling over Work It like 3 months ago, we assumed you'd have made us rich by now.
You know what? Firing's too good for you people. You're on a probationary program.
The material's gonna get way, way worse until you make us rich and famous and stoned on all the secret rich person drugs.
Well, what are you standing around for? Get back to work.
Thus concludes episode 18 of Work It, our treatise on firing. By listening to this show, you are immune from firing, so kick back and relax. Before you fire this show down the old memory hole, show a little initiative. Follow @WorkItPod on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Why not rate and review the show on your podcast app of choice? Earn your keep around here, why don't you? See you next week, folks. Unless they S-can us.
Hey, don't you know there's a place where you can always go for news and updates on CFMU and Hamilton too. 93.3 on Twitter. 93.3 CFMU on Twitter. Follow us for more news on the shows and events you love.